Hello, everyone. Welcome back to It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted show about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam. So, what do we have today? I'm guessing some Kyle Kulinski, that's for sure.
Yeah,
We're gonna
we
we're gonna
have to.
milk this
That's
story the same way as they milking the UFO David Grosh stories. Oh, they lost two
on the
subscribers
heels.
there. I take it back. UFOs are real.
Are real UFOs. Yeah, Kevin,
And
why
they
are you doing
found them.
this?
Sorry. Should we restart? And they
For the
found
first,
them and everything and all of that, everything. But okay, yeah. We got a bit of Kyle Kulinski.
yeah, for the first time in our show's history, we've had two videos back to back, which have done well. So we're gonna stick to the same topic
Well,
probably forever.
they're
This
the
is
same
gonna
video,
become.
chopped up at different lengths.
Oh,
So,
is it so?
well, one of them is
Okay,
the whole
then.
thing, and the other one is just the Kyle part. So,
Just the Kyle. Okay, so we have to focus. Sorry, guys, but from now on, we're gonna cover Kyle videos 24/7. But no, we could just gonna roast them a little, probably more. There's no updates. I'll tell you about it. I tell you about my research, I guess, because there's no there was no result to the research, but there was
no,
just the
roast him and us. No, but there were, I mean,
and ourselves, hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry.
everybody who managed to made a video about it, I guess, because it's both fun and, people are
Yeah.
enjoying it. So,
And it's like fair game, it feels. For some reason. For some reason he feels fair game. I don't know why. Like nobody feels this fair game for some I don't know why.
yeah, I guess so. But I mean, one
Anyways,
reason is because, he's just saying seemingly like things that are complete opposite, like word by word than what he said 2 months ago or last year, more or less. And I guess,
sure.
yeah, people know him, comfortable
No, I
making
to
fun
be
of him. He's been in many
no, no,
back and forth.
no, come on. It's the hair.
Yeah,
Let's be
and I
honest.
was gonna say,
It's
and
the
it's like
it's
it's
the
like
hair.
fine if you're
As
gonna dye your hair like that, do it. But I mean, a few
don't make
people
political
might,
comment.
yeah, for sure don't make political commentary. That's
Such a weird, yeah, for some reason the hair dye just opened the gates to hell for him. But so yeah, but besides that, it's gonna be actually a hopefully a classy show. We're gonna
hmm.
be talking a bit about food, hopefully drinks. And there was a bit of a kerfuffle apparently online about Mediterranean food versus Mexican food. So I thought that's a great
Hmm.
excuse for us to talk
Yeah,
about our favorite topic.
I
So
haven't come
that's that.
across it.
Yeah, it was on Vanguard Boys did a thing, Destiny thingy. I saw it on their topics. I didn't even watch their. I can't watch them
I
anymore, man.
see.
They're on, but anyway,
Yeah, no, it's
yeah, it's ridiculous. And then also, hopefully, we're gonna talk about a couple of right fingers. And I said, not just food. We are besides pivoting to Kyle Kalinski just review. We are also pivoting to lifestyle.
hmm.
So we're gonna talk about ladies and how to win over ladies and how to treat not just win over ladies. I guess how to treat them generally. Tim Pool had some fascinating. I like, man, we must watch his show more often. Like the takes he has. Did you watch the video I sent
So
you on the hill? Because
stupid
I
and
sent it to you
childish.
today.
I mean, I just
It's
listened to
stupid.
the 30 seconds. That's him. I mean, I also listened to the girls' commentary, which again
Did you?
was good, and I
It was
agree
so
with.
bad. Oh, you agree with the girls? The girls are awful. I thought too.
I mean, what he's saying
You
makes
well.
no sense though. So I
Oh
mean, they're
yeah,
saying the most
he.
basic thing ever in response. So
Oh no, but you didn't listen far enough. Both of them just take it too far. They take
yeah,
it
I
too
know. I
far. I
didn't
feel.
go. Yeah, they
I mean,
potentially
especially the
did. I
right
can
winger.
imagine. I didn't go.
They're
Okay. No, I mainly
oh
listened to the other girl's take at first because the other girl goes first, and then
the
the other
left
girl
wing.
comes in.
Eh, I think we're gonna
Anyway,
have
we'll watch him.
disagreements a bit there. But anyway,
I
yeah,
don't
we're
think
gonna.
so.
So, ladies, listen up because you're gonna have some really valuable takes from two almost middle-aged, I think, can we say? I don't know, like early 30s. So you're gonna have, I'm sure a lot of girls need to hear. I mean, Jesus Christ, man, if I was a character, if I was a person, sorry, based on a South Park character, I would not give like dating advice. That's just not something I would do. And
Well,
if I was a person based on
he
this
gives
approach,
all
yeah.
kinds of advice. So I mean, yeah, we just start with not giving
Yeah, fair
any
enough. Yeah.
advice, period.
just
But
just shutting the fuck up.
and
Just
what
kidding.
else? Then we have a little bit of Jordan Peterson, and then you got some little bit of news from here and there, huh?
Yeah, at the end, some geopolitical stuff. Some interesting. There was a little throwback to, I don't know if you remember Shinzo Abe's assassination and Moonies.
Yep,
There
yep,
was a
yep,
little bit
yep,
of update.
yep.
So that should be fun. Nothing to more coups in Africa. The
Yeah.
Africa is rising. So it's Wakanda forever. Yeah.
So, what you said you had kind of an update on Kyle Kulinski?
No, no,
Uh,
I didn't. I said I don't have. I
oh,
said I'm
okay,
gonna
okay, you
update you on my
don't.
research.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Should
well,
I? Should we just? Yeah.
what is it? Tell me.
Oh, it's I checked his Twitter and there was no update. That was that was my
No, but yet the other day when I
update.
was making the
And
title for
also I
his
checked Vanguard.
and the other day when I was making the title for his video, I just put it in Google for a second, and like 10 videos showed up with all those names. So I was like, oh Jesus Christ, so many people have been,
Oh
just
yeah, he's. I
roasting
mean,
Kyle.
yeah. I guess. I mean, you can go to our screen. I suppose. I guess
Oh yeah.
we are done with these guys. But yeah, I think I have a theory, man, that him and TYT and stuff, like algorithm is especially kind to you if you use them because of like maybe because of the track
Yeah.
record or
Oh yeah.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like it's even better than Andrew Tate or you know what I mean, like the hot topics of
Yes,
the
because I
day.
mean, I think this, yeah, because this is the hottest topic in this subgenre niche. So it's different. Andrew
Mm.
Tate, man, I mean, who
It's
knows
just too
how
big.
many yeah. In
Yeah.
at
Or
times it's too, and at times, I mean, maybe if
yeah, yeah,
it's too
sure,
big,
sure.
it can still make it work for you. YouTube can still make it work for you, but sometimes I guess it's just there are one too many of his own videos, and then also, yeah, and I mean, we make fun of the algorithm a lot, but it is able to put in like all these kind of factors of like who you like listening to
I
something
sorry, I
about
don't
from
make
home. Oh no, no, I know you don't. I mean, I guess maybe everybody
yeah,
or nobody. Okay, maybe nobody.
sorry, no, but I worship the algorithm. I have certain
Is that
constructive
I
criticism
see.
sometimes. That's all,
Just
algorithm.
tips.
Don't listen to this man. Okay, I love you, algorithm.
But in any case,
Watch my
it combines, who you like to listen to, about, through who, and for how long and for how this. So just if you do a video, I'm guessing on the same topic, it'll be like, no, but they don't like listening to this from you. Unfortunately, they they really like tacos, but not when you make it. It's pretty much that.
they
So yeah, I mean, you can't hack it that easily. But when it comes to listening to Kyle Kulinski and all that, we're there in
yeah,
the
no,
bottom 20 percentile. We're there.
I getting the views.
We have a role to
Uh,
play.
we are part of a parasitic organism, so it's all good. But no, you're right, man. I mean, I would add. I mean, people, the 1% of our sorry, loyal viewers might know that I recently was my algorithm was recently sort of infiltrated by Lex Friedman,
Hmm.
and since then I have had some issues that are again are simply constructive criticisms. Don't take it in the wrong way, algorithm. But besides that, I feel like the algorithm knows me better than my own mother. It's like, yeah, listen, come here, you need to watch this. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know I need to watch this. Yes, yes,
Uh,
come on, show me more. Like there are things, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. I mean, it's
No, it
amazing. Yeah,
does. I mean,
it's
this
truly
reminded me
amazing.
of one other thing the algorithm does, which is like if you've really been a fan of something for a long time, like YouTube will not, like, you can ignore that channel or thing, I find, for like some time, but YouTube will keep on bringing it and be like, you like this when you're a kid. I'm sure soon you'll like it again. And then one day you're like, oh shit, haven't
Nostalgia,
seen this, but it's
nostalgia
still
kicks in
showing
here.
it to you. Yeah, exactly. So it also has
Yeah,
persistence.
they
Like
know.
once you've established a hard track record, you can ignore it for a long time. But after a while, you two be like, "Psst, come here, check this out. The old
But
friend of yours is in town from college."
I'm still getting atheistic videos, like debates, like like God damn, I don't want to watch this anymore. It's like,
It's like, but you used
what
to.
I
So
you still might like it. Come on, come on. No, it's yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. There was nothing. Do you apparently? I don't think he's gonna. Do you think he's gonna respond? I hope he goes on Vanguard and does an interview with those
well,
dum-dums.
I'm not even
Although they're not gonna
excited
push
for
him.
him to respond because
Why
in
not?
his
He
because
gets
in his
clicks.
answer he gives his stupid, yeah, fine, in that sense, yeah, 100% I'm excited.
He
But he's
added 4 subscribers, Camion. 4.
in his answer that day he brought it up. Why? Because he believes in ranked choice voting. So it's just the debate is going to be him or him like just responding saying that
So how do you get
in loop.
rank choice voting?
You won't go there.
Yeah.
And then be like, well, not this way. You have to, I don't know, maybe talk about Andrew Yang or something. And then, God forbid, he might bring in the Pepsi and Coca-Cola argument into the. He didn't
Oh
this
God,
time.
what
I don't
was
know if
that?
you realize. Well, he keeps on
Man,
saying,
I've
you
noticed.
can't enter the mark if as long as there's Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they can't be a third cola one. So then he's like,
Oh,
Pepsi's
yeah.
Democrat or Cola's Republican. So as long
I'm
as it's
not.
those two, there's no space. How can you
I
forget about the
thought.
Pepsi Cola analogy?
Sorry,
Pepsi and
sorry.
Coca-Cola.
I'm sorry. I'm infallible. But no, but I'm fallible. So, but I swear to God, man, I don't want to sound like crazy or like too arrogant or anything. But I swear to God, I feel like there were two things. There was the Pepsi Cola thing that you always used to bring
Yeah.
up, and then there was the with great power.
Oh my
No,
God.
what is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
The
Comes great
oh,
response.
absolute.
Oh,
No,
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 that
no.
one. Sorry.
So that's a
Absolute
Spider-Man.
power. Yeah.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yes, sorry. I always mix up a Spider-Man and Kyle. They're both from
But
New
I'm sure he
York.
said I'm sure he said the other one too. With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I would imagine he said that. But the Acton, Lord Acton quote. So I remember. So I'm just saying maybe because we put it out there, somebody or somewhere or something. Like I'm just saying maybe somebody else also had this thought and told him, and he has stopped using these two.
No, I
Like
think he was very brief and the video is cut anyway. So I'm pretty sure if you get to talk, ask him two
oh
to
yeah,
three
you're right.
questions, sooner or
Probably.
later he'll
God.
fall back on his old habits. And the Pepsi
So
Coca-Cola argument. So Pepsi and Coca.
yeah, Coca-Cola, and then Dr. Pepper came, and he
And then Joe
nothing,
Biden.
nothing. He failed. Joy. Also, I don't know if you know this, but with great power comes great responsibility. Oh, sorry, that was a Spider-Man. Ah, God damn it. Absolute power,
But
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I suggest we keep this moving then. And you sent me this video, 70 plus trapped at Burning Man. And I didn't watch this video because this morning I think I saw a post on it on Instagram with some photos. And I thought Burning Man was the festival where they didn't it go down really bad and get canceled 4 years ago. So I was surprised it still
No,
existed.
that was
And
the Fire Festival.
okay.
I don't
I
know.
would
I
go for a
don't.
different name, nothing to do with fire. I mean, that's all I have in my head.
It was spelled with a
Candle
Y, so
Festival. Oh, shit. No, don't go. Don't go. Don't go. I know the organizers. What? It's a yoga retreat
unexpected
still. Don't go.
uh,
It's 10
unexpected
people.
arson. Unexpected arson festival.
2023.
Desert run. But no, Burning Man, I always heard about it, but to be honest, I don't know what kind of effect. I imagine it's like a musical, but it's like one of those ones that is a bit secret. I imagine the lineup is like secret or something. So,
Uh,
um, the week large scale desert compound.
I don't know. I don't
You
know.
remember this? I don't know.
I,
Well, anyway, I associate mostly Burning Man with the Wicker Man movies and all that. But anyway,
I don't know.
there was a tradition apparently in pagan times. They used to like build up a effigy with woods and then burn. I don't know. Anyway, but no, this video I thought I'd show you because last week we had the discussion about criticism and all that. I thought watch this video, your take on their takes, because I don't know. What do you think of the? So there was Burning Man and there was unexpected rain or something, so people had to flee.
Yeah, I saw that.
A lot of people are fit online, which I fully support.
A lot of people are what? Sorry,
are making fun of the people who are fleeing it. It's online. They're saying, like, you know, the rich people who are like fleeing the thing and all that. They're making fun of them. And
well, according to Andrew Tate, they're peasants. I'll tell you that later.
Oh wow, really? Okay, all right, of course. But at like, I fully support making fun of anybody anytime. You know, I mean, I guess not. You know, some cases, but whatever. But then, like, I mean, I just want you to
I'll give you my blind take right away. As long as nobody gets hurt or like die or like something, or like a kid suffers or something like that, at the end of the day, it's just a horrible, terrible inconvenience that if it happens to you, you'll want to kill yourself. However, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you survive, so it's completely fine to most of the time laugh at and all this. So, and this,
I
mean, it's just a horrible experience, and I would not want to be there. That's for, I mean, I wouldn't want to be there on a good day when you get trapped for a week. Yeah. But that's a different question. But yeah, so we can watch it or you can respond. You have.
No, I 100% want to say I agree with you, and glad you put it that way because that was very concise and well put, I think. I just think at the same time we should not elevate making fun of people being in inconvenience into some kind of weird like morality play or something.
Let's see. Maybe I'll change my mind. Let's see.
Crazy because I have a tendency to overread into people. So
yeah, that's for sure.
At Burning Man, well, upwards of 70,000 festival goers found themselves mudlogged and stranded after torrential downpours and flooding made it nearly impossible to drive off of the site. Attendees were finally able to begin their exodus yesterday.
The high-profile event is usually shrouded in secrecy. However, the disaster has exposed some celebrity attendees. Diplo and comedian Chris Rock trekked for 5 miles on foot before being picked up by fans and driven out of the site. Per The Hill, officials are investigating a death from the festival, which doesn't appear to be weather-related. This kerfuffle took the internet by storm, I think, in the same way that many kind of low-level tragedies that affect perceived elites really do, like the Fire Festival incident. For instance, the idea of people who have been paying for an increasingly inflated, cost-wise event being forced to live in really gross substandard conditions makes it pretty ripe for ridicule on the internet.
Why do you think why do they deserve ridicule?
It's not about whether they deserve ridicule, but if you're asking why people are ridiculing them, I think
it's because
Burning Man started out as a very kind of more grassroots, hippie-ish kind of a festival, people celebrating nature and the like, but it's becoming less and less egalitarian over the years. Jacobin wrote an article detailing some of the history of this,
over the years.
And they detail the extent to which the cost of the festival has gone up exorbitantly, a whole infrastructure of how to get to the festival if you're rich and you don't want to caravan and do the kind of homesteading that used to be what the festival was all about.
The first time they held it, it wasn't in the desert, I think. It was somewhere else.
I'm not sure.
They moved it out there at some point. So, I mean, obviously, it's kind of a libertarian thing. A lot of my, or some at least of my coworkers at Reason Magazine have gone there in the past. One of them was there this year. My coworker Brian Doherty, who I don't think attended this year but often attends, wrote a book about Burning Man some years ago. This is Burning Man. It definitely is it's an event that involves a lot of people in the libertarian movement and tech people and heads of social media companies. I think your Zuckerbergs and your Elons have
Yeah,
been
so
there at some point.
as Jacobin writes,
Maybe they could have done their fight out there.
it would have been a mud wrestling match.
A mud wrestling match.
Jacobin writes, it hasn't always been the providence of billionaires. In the early days, it was a free festival with a cluster of pitch tents, weird art, and explosives. But as the years went on, more exclusive turnkey camps appeared and increased in step with the ticket price, which went from $35 in 1994 to $390 in 2015, which is about 16 times the rate of inflation.
Their focus, I mean, their focus is so weird. I mean, what they're talking about is just so, like, I didn't think they were going to talk about this. I just found like where they took the conversation was strange from both of them. But so go ahead.
Yeah, but that's happens especially with some people. You know,
Like
that's
us.
the thing. I think this was like, like us. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was.
But it was like the second or third part of the conversation. It was really weird going from reporting on the news and then straight away Brianna commentary, and I guess that unleashed Robbie. They kind of went to like phase 2 and 3, skipping phase 1.
Okay, sure, yeah, all right, I agree with that.
We all just say random stuff.
Yeah,
they say something random, I say something. Now you say something random.
I'm gonna say something random. That's why I'm keep saying sure. Okay. No, I agree with what you're saying, that it sort of moved on to a far, I think, deeper issue than this story merited. Like, seriously, like, suddenly are we using this to segue to like global warming and like inequality, just like a festival gone wrong? Yeah, this is a clear example of the egalitarian issues that are facing.
It's kind of like
climate
this
change
one thing that you wanted us to have in our lineup today, and I told you it feels kind of forced. This was the same. They're like, okay, play this, and you know, because I want to say this. Okay.
Yeah, see, me and Bree, man, me and Bree have the same problem.
You first come up with the take, then you go. Once you have your take, you go and find the video that matches it. The content that matches your take.
Then we go read the Reuters.
Start the other.
Okay, this week I want to talk about Batman. Let's see what does Reuters have. Okay, there is some vigilantes. Okay. This is exactly, that's the thing, man. Besides that, though, I mean, this is a fantastic point, but I think besides that, don't you think a lot of people try to add dimensions, and this is Jacobin is a master of doing that. If you read their articles, that, you know, this used to be a working class movement, that people of all kinds, it was an egalitarian hippie Hakuna Matata. But then the tech people, then the first, what the hell? I mean, like, it's just
my only example for this is, I mean, the only way I can see this kind of thing coming out is like if you're super obsessed and into something, and then because that thing is so much your world, so then if it changes, you're like, analyze it and all that, and but from afar, or like
movies, so. No, it happens.
Like, it's like, so what if all that happened? You know, so what if their festival used to be the greatest thing and now is not? I mean, clearly it didn't play that much of a role. I don't know, maybe
it was an egalitarian event. Okay, there was a lot more egalitarian. There was people sharing food, and
which is probably true what they're saying. I mean, kind to an extent.
Yeah, but there was probably more sexual harassment things going on. There was more like physical abuse, not even sexual abuse, just like physical fights between people. Like, you know, it's a romantic vision of like past or present, even, as you say, even now, or just like, I don't know, just putting so much into it. Like, I'm pretty sure the people who, and Jacobin article, by the way, people, I mean, like, in many cases they admit themselves that, like, you can see in the headline of the article in the Twitter, it says, because at its core there was never like a serious critique behind it. So if there was never a serious critique, why are you?
It was a festival.
What are you protesting? Yeah, exactly.
You can't have a serious critique if you're going to a festival. It counters a festival. I mean, drugs and alcohol do not lead to serious critiques. Okay, I've heard maybe Stalin and stuff.
Hey,
but
hey, LSD. Joe Rogan would be very pissed off right now. As you know, mushrooms
I
can
mean, they
lead you
can
to
be
contact
done, but
ancient people.
yeah.
So please don't be so
I
dismissive.
mean, if it was
But,
a community thing and all that, or like another way of living, if you want to
come
say,
on.
no,
Hey,
no,
don't bring up that word.
yeah.
Don't bring up that.
No, you can say, something was like this like festival or this neighborhood was a different way of living and all that. Like,
Oh,
sure,
sure. No,
but
I'm joking.
deep
Yeah, you're
critique,
right.
take it easy.
No, it goes back exactly. It goes back to your first criticism, which I guess gets to the heart of the thing, that you shouldn't use such a random and idiotic event to, like, yeah, this
Okay,
reminds
perfect
me
time
of
for
the
marks. Pull out the
equality.
marks book.
Yeah, this reminds me of the quote from second chapter of Capital Volume 3, actually,
Yeah.
where Marx was talking about enclosures, it's just like that. This reminds
Yeah.
me of that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And well, Robbie had his libertarian buddies, and you thought like,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
like accidentally make fun of like a country that's at war or like something, and someone's like, my cousins, they had to leave. Like Robbie, though, it's like my colleagues, they used to go there. One still
But,
went.
well, this year though.
This year. I'm
Listen, it's
like,
not
take it
goddamn
easy. They didn't get chased
Yugoslavia.
out of their childhood neighborhood.
No, yeah, but yeah, exactly.
I thought
No,
his
it wasn't.
friends became refugees or something.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't even about that, man. It was about the jokes. Robbie kept saying, I have a live and let live policy, as if like people on Twitter were like actively like hunting down, like like let's go to the Burning Man festival. Let's find these rich people. Like they were making jokes. Everybody just makes everything. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess that's the point of the news, though. That's what we are doing right now.
for
If I
sure.
was,
No, it's
yeah, to
fun.
be honest, yeah, I shouldn't be making a video and then uploading it. So yeah,
But
yeah.
do you want to play more of it, or I want to show you this Andrew Tate clip as usual? It's
No,
like a
go ahead.
5-second short.
So how does Andrew Tate thinks I guess
It's
Burning Man
actually not
attendees are
about Burning
peasants?
Man. I don't need. I think it's an old clip, but he just comments about festivals in general, and as
Oh.
usual, it's
By the way,
so
I would
broad
like
that it
to.
makes
You can.
no
By
sense.
the way, you can attest to that I was always anti-festivals. The only
Oh
reason I
yeah.
attended festivals was because I wanted to make friends with you guys. And that was like the only way. Goddamn festivals, man. Why did you guys force me to go? The drinks were expensive and warm, and it was dangerous. One of our friends almost died, if you recall.
Well, I
Like
mean,
alcohol
people at a
yeah.
young age usually like doing it, and yeah, I think you're gonna agree then with Andrew Tate probably.
I have surprising parallels
Let me
with
see.
Andrew
Oh, here it
Tate.
goes. Probably
For
maybe
me,
this.
Probably the most peasant-minded activity is a festival. To stand in a crowd and scream at some artist like they're God and they're Jesus, and you're gonna sit there and just suffer terrible conditions, surrounded by sweat and other peasants jumping up and down. You're a nobody. You go to Burning Man looking for puss. Those girls aren't there to be seen. They're in a crowd, 80 dudes to 20 girls, and the 20 girls are barely female. Everyone's high out of their minds. That's a typical Burning Man experience. Probably
The most peasant, like such a random thing, but it's typical. Yeah, Andrew
it's
Tate,
the
kind of
kind of
something that
language.
makes sense, but then also insanely broad and nonsensical.
Yeah. But to be honest, man, I gotta say 100% agree with him. And though,
But
when
again,
you
those
were
kind of
showing me you're
festivals,
cutting
by
off,
the
sorry.
way. Sorry, those kind of concerts, by the way. Like
Oh,
there are different kinds of concerts,
we
festivals. Sorry.
went to, what was the concert we went to, that there was a bar with benches? It was Puddle of Mud or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I mean, they're all.
Yeah.
But I mean, all festivals are not even just music festival. It could be
That
like a
was good.
half food festival with a few bands. I'm just saying, a very big
Oh, like
generalization.
a beer festival?
Like
Okay,
he's
yeah,
just
that's
talking
different.
about, yeah. Okay, Burning Man and all this, yeah, I wouldn't. Or okay, Burning Man, of course, is far. I would never go some that. But something crazy, yeah, I wouldn't like going it too much at this age. But again, the take is so extreme.
But no.
Peasant move.
No, but that part is the part that I
Yeah.
actually agree with. Because you know what it reminded me, though? It's people at red carpets, man. Like it's like I'm sorry, but I rarely feel that much disgust towards a group of people as much as like why would you show up for, and they're like for
Oh,
you
the
know, it's so
fans.
weird to
Oh,
yeah. Oh, people at the
yeah.
it's just concert is the
Yeah.
same thing. I
Well,
don't know, it's
concert,
so
no,
weird
you're
to me.
seeing their show.
The certain
No,
concerts,
concert,
the
you're seeing their
certain
show, yeah, and you don't have to scream if you
You're
don't
right.
want.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
you're not a
that's
kid, that's you're seeing a show. Now here you're seeing someone you like from up close. Yeah, I mean a lot of time they're kids though. I mean, you pick the
you're
really
right.
like
You're right.
specific one, the red carpet one. Yeah, I mean that one.
Yeah,
is,
the red carpet one is just so weird, man. Those people are I have no. I'm sorry, but they should take the right to drive, the right to have a child, the right to vote. All
But most of them
three.
kids, so they don't have those yet. So you can't
Oh yeah,
take
if
this,
you're
or maybe
kids,
they're
yeah, no,
not though. Actually, I
unless
don't know if they're
under
mainly kids.
25, under 25, it's fine. But no, man,
No, I
I've
think
seen
much
videos from
younger. Yeah.
Comic Con. I've seen
Wait,
goddamn adults.
Comic Con's totally
That's
different.
same. No,
What?
it's celebrities shows up and they stand and they
No,
want to get.
Comic Cons are different. It's an exhibition, and then yeah, they are
Okay,
there.
sure. You're right. Yeah, there is okay. You can
You're
buy toys.
mixing
You're right.
everything
That's cool.
today.
I am mixing every. You're right. I'm not being
It's
very
going from
precise.
here to there. I'm like, well, what? To
No,
give
you're
you
right.
a
But I've seen
tighter
I've seen
framework to
adults.
work with.
Oh, you remember a Star Wars when there were a lot of videos when a Star Wars people made fun of the people who were nerds that were standing in lines for Star Wars
Yeah.
after it came out 20 years like
Okay,
later
yeah,
or
what
something.
about it?
And there were a lot of adults in the line. I'm just
But that's to watch a movie.
God damn it, you're right.
What? What are you saying? You're making no sense. Alrighty, Sam. So that was a quick break there. 2 seconds in and out. Change the tires. Formula One pit stop. But okay, that makes no sense. So let's go to this video of Brie, right? Where she had Sabby Sabs on, and the video, and it's called "Is Cornel West Hurting the Left?" with Sabby Sabs. I actually listened to it, I think 1.5 to 2 times, only because I don't think they didn't actually get to the question, right? Because
no.
Oh, but because she cut it, right? So yeah, I wasn't crazy. I had no recollection. And then the second time I was listening to it again, I'm like, okay, I remember this. Fast forward. I remember this. And then I listened to the last 15 minutes and it finished. So yeah.
No, they don't answer the question they really talk
in this
about.
segment, at least.
They don't answer the question that is title. No,
Yeah.
I think it's been cut. What?
Yeah.
I would imagine their answer is no, and I think they kind of imply that pretty much already. No?
Yeah.
And yeah, what did you think? Did you find it interesting?
Interesting. No, not particularly. I mean, no. I mean, listen, the argument that Cornel would be hurting the left or messing the left, Chance, I have absolutely no sympathy for that. I think it makes absolutely no sense. In no way whatsoever. And then so yeah, that's just nonsense bullshit. But besides that, to what they were saying, no, how about you?
No, yeah, I agree with you there.
I mean, Sabby Sabs at one point, I don't know, just one random comment that comes to my head. She's like, we gave Bernie Sanders campaign all this like money, like millions of money, and then the Democratic Party just canceled it and took all the money away. And imagine what else we could have done with that money. But I mean, that kind of really feels like, isn't it like hindsight 2020, like in the heat of the moment? I mean, no, there's so many things you can say, but that was like one thing that came to me. Like back then, it seemed like as useful as a thing as you could do with your money.
Yeah. I think so. And to be honest, if there was no Bernie or there was not any, that money wouldn't be there. So it's just it was a
you wouldn't have had some. That's a good point. You wouldn't have had something else for the money to go to it anyway. I mean, once that stopped, I mean, I guess you could say where that money
once the
went.
First round.
But by the way, I don't remember exactly. I should have sent you this. But I was seeing like stats and all this on how much more individual donations have like gone up and are done across the board over the past like 20, 25 years. Like it's not only like Bernie, sorry, even more recent, it's not only Bernie who got like a lot of people donating relatively small amounts. Like now really for the past like 5 or 10 years, a lot of politicians are just getting more money from more people in addition to bigger donors and all that.
Really? No, I didn't notice that. What was the increase?
I don't know.
More than like 50 or?
Yeah, by a lot, I think.
So more than 50% increase? That's, but I don't think, by the way, that's necessarily a good thing, but
No, I mean, I'm not saying good or bad because you can say, well, these kind of politicians are still there, but it's kind of interesting, I guess. Maybe you can use it in a lot of arguments of what is being given money on what, but
sure.
but yeah, what did you have anything while I just look quickly if I see this?
No, but it was interesting, man. They pointed out that both Marianne and RFK, partially at least, their campaign was thwarted by the fact that they became pro-Israel, I suppose, not so much anti-Palestine.
Yeah.
And it seems to be the case. I find that so interesting that the left draw in America, at least they draw a red line, which is so weird because it's like the one red line that nobody can respect. Like good luck. But yeah.
No, the thing is, like, I mean, to me, now it makes sense, but although the power of how strong this argument is for people who pretty much liked RFK in so many ways and like across everything, this one thing seems to be a relative significant deal breaker to them. But man, like people like who are nowadays like, I don't even know why I did this. Like people who are on the left, like it's unanimous, the whole like Israel-Palestine thing. And like just from like the first thing that you learn and hear about, and some of the biggest people in this kind of sector, like from Chomsky, how much he would talk about it, and everyone. It's just, Max Blumenthal, he made he became big off that. So it's just so many people have just come from that tradition on the left but I didn't think it would have this much power. So it does surprise me a bit, but yeah.
Power of man, kind of maybe a bit hinting towards the segment about the festival power of resentment. Just the fact that I don't know. I don't think any of it is motivated by any sympathy towards Palestinians because there's so many other people suffering equally or worse.
No, but I mean, I guess I wouldn't even talk about it in those terms. It's just like they're attached to this cause to such an extent that you can just get rid of it. That maybe with other things that would get RFK a pass, but on this, it's like, okay, well, I spent so much of my time and life saying this and that, I mean, or genuinely they're like, yeah, don't agree with what you're saying, so fuck you. And I really don't like you. So I mean that too, of course.
Yeah, no, but you're right. I guess it's more about the fact that it's too much to walk back on.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. But I'm glad, it's so funny that this one thing it works. This one red line, Medicare for all, like nothing else, but this one thing it works. Very interesting.
I mean, he hadn't made his way there because he's like campaign is like, okay, first 6 months only COVID. After that, you can talk a little bit about something else, and it's like small doses. But I guess he hadn't even reached that. Yeah, I guess by the third one he got.
I don't know if you saw this on the Hill. They said that he did not go to do a debate or interview with Max Blumenthal. And again, I recall RFK agreed to do an interview. It's just he couldn't find the right way to communicate it to Max. So I don't know. He said twice he's agreed to it. So I don't know what they want from him. It's just the fact that Max does not have a MySpace and cannot RSVP on MySpace is not RFK's problem. So I think that's unfair to put
checks
it
his
on.
MySpace every day.
He's
His
posting
Max
his
sent me,
thing.
no.
He's got SoundCloud or whatever going on. There.
But yeah, I mean, or if you ask me, the last, but again, in my individual bubble, for the last 2 weeks is the least RFK I've listened to. Maybe just because
Oh yeah, it's completely gone.
okay, yeah, maybe, yeah.
The Hill every once in a while puts that same news story that RFK and Marianne closing in. Like, RFK, are they really? Come on. Come on, they
exactly
added another 1%. And Marianne also convinced one guy in a shop. He made a verbal promise he's gonna vote for him. So that's something.
Yeah, no, Marianne Williamson's like campaign and growth is very similar to our channels, I would say.
Marianne is babysitting all over the country just to get votes.
But Savvy Sabs gave a good explanation. She gave one piece of information on why their interview was, was the way it was with her, which is that apparently before she suddenly only said 20
give
minutes.
A bit of context.
Yeah, apparently right before going on Sabby Sab's show with the other guys, which even Bree says, that one didn't go down too well. She says that as well. I think you can be much harsher, despite what I'm gonna say now, which is she said that, just soon before going on, she said, yeah, this can only be a 20-minute thing and I have things to do, which in a way doesn't sound unreasonable for a presidential campaign, or like maybe somewhat more important on TV, you would say, yeah, I can't do it for 20 minutes. However, in this podcast form on YouTube, if you can't come on by 20 minutes, it's almost like not coming on, by the time you get going and the engine gets going, you're already like 10 minutes in. This is not a news show where they drop on the guy like, okay, did you cheat on a wife? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah, I know. You have to go. We have to go. Just say yes or no and go. We have someone else waiting, right?
20 minutes over.
This is the how are you? How's it going? So, yeah, please like and subscribe.
So, yeah, instead of they didn't talk about that thing that is in the title. Instead, they talked about the interview that R&B had with Marianne, which at the end went a bit off the rails because two people got really angry at each other. And yeah, they discussed that. And yeah, so as you said,
so they were rushed. She ended up being rushed because of that, which is a decent point.
No, man, come on, no. No.
I mean, it sets a bad tone immediately for that kind of
Sorry, what was rushed? I didn't understand it.
It rushes the whole thing 20 minutes.
No, but was that? No,
I think she said it was rushed.
No, I know, but she says the reason why it was rushed. She says, we have, because we have jobs, and then we had to prepare questions and.
Oh, really? No, I didn't hear all that. I thought she said no. She said that the fact that they told her, hey, I can only come on 20 minutes, that led to them having like this kind of rushed and more intense
play a bit, because maybe
debate.
No. I remember, man, a lot of dog.
Let me see if I can find that quickly.
It's right here.
So it was a different setting. She wasn't running for office. I think what people have to understand, the first time when I interviewed Marianne, we weren't said to Nick, you don't need to try to mansplain to me.
Not my support for Israel.
It's just because someone is telling you what they've heard from their Palestinian friends, that doesn't mean that they're trying to mansplain to you. So that message right there, I think, changed the course of the interview. And I think that, looking back on it, are there some things that maybe we could have done differently? Absolutely. But I think what people may not be aware of is originally going into that interview, we were given a certain amount of time. So Nick and I going into that interview, we knew what we were going to talk about. But right before the interview went live, we were told that we only had 20 minutes. So then all of a sudden, we had to scramble, right? So, and then I work during the day. So we had to scramble and figure out what would we be able to fit in reference to questions in a short amount of time.
So
So that's the
so we
Yeah,
were
how's
both
that
right.
related to 20 minutes? Yeah, how's that
Yeah,
related
no,
to the
yeah.
20
I think
minutes?
the first
Okay.
excuse was good. If I see her again, I'll be
Yeah,
like,
the
this.
first one
The
was
first
very
one
good.
makes.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one was better, but she confused
Yeah.
it with the
Yeah,
I
no,
know
yeah.
we work
Even
it.
if you had, what were you guys going to sit in a room? Come on. Strategy. Okay, the 20-minute game plan. Not joking. I get you. Okay. You ask this, then you shut the fuck up. And then I ask it. Then we ask 2 questions at once in the middle. That was to hack the time.
No,
But yeah.
I mean, to be Marianne is, Marianne is definitely used the mansplaining thing to get out
Yeah.
of jail free card, blah blah blah. But
Oh yeah.
they
Yeah.
completely ignore the part that other asshole friend of theirs
Yeah.
shows up and acts like a psycho, yeah, on the stream. They don't talk about that. So I
Yeah.
mean, yeah,
No, if you ask
yeah,
me, yeah,
so,
they were all in the wrong, really. To except
yeah,
Sabby. Sabs was actually the most calm and collected one who
yeah,
tried to say, to be fair. And I mean,
yeah, she
yeah.
was the most, yeah,
And
yeah. But then again,
and yeah, no, Marianne, especially if she did it right after, and yeah, she did use that to get out of jail. Although, yeah, I mean, some could say his questions were also, I mean,
his questions were idiotic, and the
yeah,
fact that, yeah, I mean, it's the stupidest thing to bring up that, I talk to a lot of
yeah.
Iranians. Come here, I'm based in Iran. So
So that's
anything
it.
I say
Yeah.
about Iran,
Yeah.
tops anybody on YouTube.
And Joe
tells me
Biden
anything.
and all US presidents were also based in their country. So
Country.
then,
Sorry, guys, Joe Biden is right.
and they talk to a lot of
America,
people. If you think you
yeah,
talk a lot, they talk to a lot of their friends, 20 friends a day,
exactly.
and they all tell them they're doing a great
yeah.
job.
Man, frankly, that guy, the Supreme Court guy, apparently he constantly goes to the Clarence Thomas guy. He goes to Indonesia and stuff with those rich friends of his. I haven't seen most of my friends. Like I see them once in every year. So yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, so that was but they didn't talk about Cornel too much because there's nothing much to talk
No,
about.
but I'm guessing that no, they're probably
win the
talk.
primary. He needs to win the primary before we can really discuss him as a
They
serious.
can talk about, yeah, true, right? It's not ethical to discuss him right now. He has to win the primary. I don't want to show any favoritism and influence the Green Party race there. Yeah.
Come here. We need to dedicate 20 minutes to make fun of other Green Party candidates, whoever the fuck.
Yeah, just someone knows, please let us know. It's Spar and Brawl, gmail.com. But let's move on to, I mean, this guy has to be, this Tim Pool guy, the dumbest, most nonsensical human in the history of mankind. He tops everyone. So this video by The Hill, Tim Pool, high quality men should shame attractive women into not being Instagram hosts. Okay, so first have to meet premise 1, high quality men, then need to meet the second criteria, attractive woman. Pretty big ask he's putting out there. You have to do 3 things for him. But yeah, go ahead before I press play.
No, you have to be one. Then you have to do
find. No, you have to be one. And then find the other one. Do that thing to the other one. Okay.
Attract them and then repel them. But no, my best theory is that I don't think he's seen a woman. Do you think? I don't think he's seen a girl. I don't.
I mean, there's something must be wrong with him, but it's impossible for him to. I don't.
Do you? No, seriously though. Do you think he's gotten like? Do you think?
I mean, he's a rich one, like 30-something-year-old.
I know, but come on, I don't think.
And he's been rich for a long time, famous for a long time. I mean, at the very least, he should have gone at least once or twice.
But do you think his right wing, whatever, prevents him from like having sex with a prostitute? And no woman would have sex with him, clearly. So, do you?
Others have.
What do you think?
Others have managed to find ways around this in his situation. I don't know.
No, but usually, most religious people or
is he
people
super religious too?
Using, I'm guessing he's right wing, so I'm guessing he's not okay with prostitutes, or is he? I don't know. That would be
He might
ironic,
not be
I guess.
okay with like it being them, but he'll criticize them, but be okay with it, if you know what I mean. But
Oh, sure, he's a hypocrite. I think he seems so. I think he's gonna be a hypocrite in a few years. He seems like
I'm
I don't
pretty
know.
sure he is on
the
a daily
intense-
basis. But
Sure, you're right. You're right. No, more like a. Yeah, I don't know. He
let's
feels
watch
like
this.
a
Let's see.
zealous to me.
And maybe a little bit of the girls' takes as well. Let me know if you want me to pause after his, if you really have to get
No.
something off your chest.
No, not really. I got it.
Commentator Tim Pool recently hit the airwaves with this interesting take on women, men, and the dating pool. Let's watch.
The men are saying, we want something different. We don't want the Instagram hoe that I can fly in overnight just to have a quick,
That is biology.
That's never happening.
That's
Okay,
biology.
that's biology. With all due respect, that's never.
Yeah.
No,
See-
but hold on. Like, go ahead.
I agree a lot with what he's saying.
Respect.
Imagine if women are only looking at the top 8, 9, 10 of men.
Yeah.
If guys like you just started shaming women, do they? You know who's paying for OnlyFans, right? It's lower quality
100%,
guys.
yeah,
100%.
So if
Yeah.
high quality dudes who got really nice
I
watches and pull up in a Bugatti, and this woman's like, yeah, I want to come hang with you, and he goes, so yeah, what's your body count? And he goes, how dare you ask me that? I don't want no hoe in my car, and he takes off.
Yeah.
Now she's embarrassed. She got shut down, and more women are going to say, if I want a high value man, because only the guys are going to come after me are going to be high value.
So maybe
let's
flip the
be real here, though.
maybe
Okay, are we
flip
gonna
the-
turn this into the Dreamcast?
Yeah.
Sorry, pause.
Then
you're
before we
right,
listen to the take though, he is so nonsensical that there's no way even kids believe him. Not believe, enjoy listening to him. The only people who would enjoy listening to him are probably actually like really young, weird adults who, like they have
Old
like
bitter men?
insanely weird lives. No, but I mean, what was he talking about? I mean, old bitter man wouldn't understand what he's saying. What is he saying? What high quality man, 8 or 9 Bugatti? What? Like, I mean, they wouldn't understand. They might want to agree with the
Body
sentiment.
count.
What?
I would.
Like, who uses these words?
No,
High quality man.
First
Not a
of all,
thing.
that was a hilarious sketch he described there. That was like about a man that is in a car and then a lady comes and he's
No,
like,
he
"What's your
flies her
body count?"
over. I'm like, what
No,
are these?
I-
What are we talking? Even Leo, I don't think flies
No,
in girls.
go-
I mean,
I don't know, man. Go to the video. I got what happened though. I think all right, I get it now, man. First time I didn't understand what was happening. Because did you see what happened there? That Timbul was like high quality men like you. Did
yeah,
you see that? What was happening?
yeah. So he's
He's-
like he's not
so
one
he's
of
trying
them.
to-
So he's
He's exactly. He's like,
Yeah.
guys, you need to reject some women. You need to reject someone. Trust me, you need to reject them. And because because they're homos.
and he's connecting with his pathetic audience, right? And they're like, like they would understand, right? That's their
and I think,
worldview.
I think his master plan is to like
Yeah.
cozy up to the girls after they've been rejected by these guys. I think that's the only way he can get laid.
But I don't
So
know who are these
that's-
guys either. They makes it seem like
I don't know, but I guess
swim
they're better
like
than
Olympians.
him.
But
They're high quality
like
men,
I
Cameron.
don't know, it's hard
They're
that
high
two
quality
guys sitting
men.
on chairs. It's very it's honestly not that easy. But yeah, maybe I mean if you watch the whole thing,
They're high
they get
quality
up,
men, Cameron.
turn, 360 turn, I don't know,
They-
maybe jump
one of-
once or twice. I don't know.
One of them can do over 20 push-ups.
Yeah.
So Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, now let's play this and play it for a long time because I want to get to the funny parts.
I think what's going wrong here is they believe a high quality man is the type of misogynist who first cares about sex above anything else and has enough money to be driving a Bugatti. A high quality man is someone who loves and cares for his partner and his family and has values and morals
See?
and leads a good life. I think
Pause. Come on,
you will
sorry,
be led
pause.
astray if you
That's true
What
though.
the fuck?
I
That's
know it's
not
like most
true.
basic and random, but like yeah, what?
No, that's not
And
true.
that's it's some characteristics of a good person.
That's just not a person.
That's
That's
those are
like
like
you seriously, I'm
basic
not
low
joking now.
standards. What did she say?
listen again to it. This is not a
Let's be real here, though.
Maybe
I think what's going wrong here is they believe a high quality man is the type of misogynist who first cares about sex above anything else and has enough money to be driving a Bugatti. A high quality man is someone who loves and cares for his partner and his family and has values and morals and leads a good life. I think
Okay,
Okay,
loves
forget the
fam-
values
okay.
and morals.
Okay,
The
okay,
rest were
loves
very
the
basic.
family.
Yeah.
No, okay, half of it then. At least 50% of it was have values and morals. What the fuck?
And after
what is this?
listening to Tim Pool,
And then-
anything after this sounds
Yeah,
like
I know.
Einstein wrote it. I'm like, well,
yeah,
you must have a PhD. This is fascinating research you're presenting here.
Well, play okay, but
Yeah.
it gets worse because she gets to details. Play worse.
Be led
She's got
astray
mad.
if
She's
you
like 12.
No, I know she's
Seriously.
romanticizing. I do agree. I see what you're saying, though. Don't get me wrong.
No, it gets
high
really
quality
bad.
based on who's driving a Bugatti or not. That is not, I think, what I, Amber, or most women consider a high quality man.
I'm sure my face probably said it all in reaction to that video, but I do think that there is a double standard that's kind of coming out of the manosphere with high quality women versus high quality men. And that's not to say that it's incorrect to suggest that women shouldn't be promiscuous. And I don't even just say that because of the sexist perception of it that can often come out of these conversations. But women tend to produce more serotonin, more of these bonding hormones when we have sexual relations with members of the opposite sex. And if you have too many, I guess you could say, sexual relationships with individuals that you don't intend on staying with long term, it does sort of mess up the reward response system in the brain that induces us
I'm
to
sure there
have
is
a bonding mechanism with men that we intend to have children with and raise families with. So there is a legitimate biological reason why it's not a good idea
there is
for
a
women
study
to
that
do
supports
this.
everything.
But to hear it coming
Especially
from
about
men who admit
serotonin.
to calling up Instagram hoes to sleep with them and have one-night stands is pretty hilarious to me. You should be the behavior that you want other people to emulate. I think all of us would be better off if we treated our partners with more respect, flex poorly on yourself.
Is this a news show or what? Why is she on, even on a Sunday show? They'll be okay. Keep your opinions to yourself a little bit. Okay, is she lecturing people on morality here?
Yes, pretty much the right winger. I mean, using new science language, but the right winger pretty much uses this as a segue into the fact that if you sleep with too many men, maybe you won't enjoy sex as or something, or enjoy life as I don't know what. Or then she goes on about a culture that was in place to make women not have children, and later on she talks about there was this culture that was, and again there was a culture that was promoting that, but that was because there was a market for it. There was this idea that there was people pushing an agenda. I don't buy it. So she's doing this. The 12-year-old left winger is talking about,
I'll give you that.
Then love, the morality, it's about love and the man. When you see each other, there must be butterflies in the stomach. If there are no butterflies in the stomach, no, never, when in marriage, women never consider the financial situation of the opposite sex. Never, ever, ever. Chill out, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, you're right.
Everybody's a fucking psycho. Nobody can be just fucking normal. One of them is saying that. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Seriously,
yes, seriously. Come on. One of them is saying that, if a hot girl comes to you, the first question you should go with is, "What's your body count?
Yeah.
What's your body count?" Another one is talking about love and values and butterflies. The other one is like, if you have too much sex, the serotonin levels might fall and you might not have. God damn it, just live yeah. Sorry.
And I'm a straight shooter here, telling people the truth.
Are you? That was okay. Are
But
we going for
yeah.
a straight shooter now? I thought we were going for a subjective truth type situation, but okay, whatever.
Do you want to watch more of it, or
Do you want to just play a bit of the Jessica Burbank thing, just so I'm not fully, I see if I'm fully crazy about
I'll
her
play a
being
bit.
very
Let me be the judge of this.
judge. Yeah, exactly. Tell me
I'll
if
see
I'm
if I
fully
can
mad.
stand it though.
And so if these men want high
Yeah,
quality
no,
women,
the other
I
girl,
want
the lovey-dovey one.
their ships are
We're living our lives for others' perception, we'll probably end up saying a lot of stuff like what those guys, Tim Pool included, were saying on that podcast. Relationships shouldn't be about who is on Instagram looking good, who did you fly out, etc. What is your past like? It should be about your connection with that person. And I think when you are dating, when you are someone who has a solid, good love life, I'm not calling these guys any names or making any implications about them, but I do know from experience that when you are someone who sees relationships in that way and you have that experience, you're not going to be judging people based on their past in such a vain way like these guys are. You have a completely different perception.
Was I right?
No, you're absolutely right. I don't know how they can take what he said so seriously. Like, you know, they're clearly just saying nonsense, or they're just
life
so off that, you know, I mean, of course it makes no sense what they're saying. So yeah.
Or just take life like if you're a person in your late 20s and they love the, I don't know, I just don't feel like whenever I'm in life, I don't feel that's this much in charge and this this is like nonsense about values. And anyway, just everybody's psycho. I thought. So see, that's why I said it's a lady heavy episode, because
well, we have a few more ladies here talking as well.
I mean, I genuinely think Jordan Peterson, I know I'm against trans ideology, Jordan is against trans ideology, but in a very childish and immature sense, Jordan Peterson is a little girl. And I think we should use she and her pronouns.
Definitely. So this video he went on Theo Vaughn's show, and the title of the video is Jordan Peterson discusses his court-ordered social media training. So I love it. This is one of those kind of videos that, okay, I don't know, maybe it happens a lot on these kind of comedian/podcast guys, where somebody comes, describes like a very common and normal process that everybody knows. Fine, you might agree with it or not, but it's a very common thing. And the other person, it's as if you're telling them about the alien, like, you know, and where the aliens are and how they came. And that's the impression I got. We can play a few minutes. I don't know. What do you think? Like, not a few minutes.
I do think Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, and Theo Vaughn really, truly, what you described, they elevate that to a true art form of just like, man, I went to somebody and I told him an asshole, and he punched me in the face, and they're like, oh wow, unbelievable, freedom of speech.
You know, like right now, the way, but Jordan Peterson is smart too. The way he's describing the process and like he's describing an institution.
But man, I swear to God,
but you would think, you know, he's literally describing space and how it works.
Yeah, but
he's smart in that way, like taking step by step.
Yeah, I would add that even if before this, I thought he didn't need to be, his psychiatric license didn't need to be suspended. After this, I think definitely it needs to be suspended. And while you play this, I'm just gonna go get a cigarette so you can play the video.
Sounds good.
While I'm outside there. Yeah.
Sounds good. Go.
All right. Go right.
You have to take social media re-education from your province is saying this. Is that right?
It's a professional group, but they have delegated authority from the province. And so there are regulated professions.
Okay.
And engineers, lawyers, physicians, psychologists, social workers, teachers. There's a few others. And if you're in a regulated profession, there's a professional body that governs professional conduct to which the public has access in case people misbehave. And so the Ontario College of Psychologists, it's college as in group, professional group rather than university. And it's the Ontario College of Psychologists that have decided to pursue initially 13 charges against me. They dropped 7. Why they dropped those 7 is a complete mystery, as is everything else they do. You can submit a complaint to the College of Psychologists online with a form. And so what's happened, at least in part, is because that's become so easy, it's become weaponized by activists. So, for example, if you want to cause anybody who's a professional trouble, all you have to do is submit a complaint to the college. The college will look into the complaint, every complaint, and then decide whether they'll proceed. Now, they're not supposed to proceed if the complaints are vexatious or, just troublemaking, but they've decided that me complaining on Twitter about Trudeau, for example, is unprofessional and a disgrace to the profession, which is essentially what I've been charged with, is being a disgrace to the profession.
So it's trying to hold up what they presume is some esteem of the profession.
That's the theory, and some professional standards.
Man,
I would say
Yvonne is usually a funny guy, but fucking Jordan Peterson, man. Did you see how long he took to explain in the beginning? Like, just like a normal.
Yeah, but that was better than I expected, though. I expected a couple of tyranny. I don't know, something. They are the chaos, the forces of chaos are raining down on me or something. This was reasonably.
But once you set it up as a provincial, like municipal issue, it's hard to use those words. So my local grocery store, you have no idea.
By the time he mentioned municipality, and then he was differentiating between 2 colleges. Theo Von was
and then he threw in a
out.
definition of college. He's like, college as in a group. I'm like, what?
As in as a congregation of the wise men. And Theo is like, man, what?
Are you talking about university? So your board took away. Okay.
Are we talking about like girls with red
and the way he was describing the complaint process, you would think it was like the most like strange, like weirdest thing ever. So so anybody can like send in a complaint.
No, he was,
and that's how a complaint thing works. Okay, they're not like, okay, no, you can't complain. No, it's like everybody can send their complaints and then we assess them. That's
I'm interested to know. For somebody who's,
do you want me to explain to you how, like, how lights work and the traffic?
No, this is especially odd because for somebody who has spent about 70% of his tweets or X's are about complaining about other people doing other things, he's now saying that the professional body, as he described it, is not allowed to complain, to receive complaints. Like, this is the most, he's such a ridiculous clown, man. He's such a ridiculous clown.
Really, a professional body. They were probably taking notes. They're like, oh, wow, he's really describing our system well. Everybody listen, please. Yeah, that's how we work.
Do you think, man, I bet he can't even get on Joe Rogan.
I was thinking about that. I don't think now, but then again, and like, okay, he's not at his peak as he was a year or 2 ago, but then a year or 2 before that, he was also like all the way down, and of course he had his big sickness, and like, he's kind of out of it. So
no, he hadn't come out against like harassers on Twitter.
Oh, this thing again, which is extremely new.
Yeah.
I think Joe can forgive him, if you just like, depending on his take on the next topic, or I don't know. How serious is this thing?
Jordan,
like, what is he? How serious is this
where
thing?
do you stand? Jordan, where do you stand on UFOs? Come on, Jordan. No, fuck off. Get out.
But wait, explain again. What is he saying? He's saying that people who complain or whatever, they should get banned off social media. Is he saying that? And people are calling him like for being a hypocrite?
Yeah, something like that. Harassment on Twitter. That's the one I remember. But then again, I don't know too much. But yeah, he was
Honestly,
saying that
I don't know.
like, I mean, look, man, I just wondered why would he? I mean, I would imagine right now, because you can play a bit more. He gets really he gets his panties really twisted
Oh,
up
really?
about this issue. I mean, they'll see who will back down. They'll see who. I mean, Jesus Christ, he thinks he's in this like millennial battle with like the College Board of Montreal's psychiatric board or something. Like, Quebec's, I don't know, licensing
he's in
board for
Ontario.
crazy people. Yeah, I don't know, whatever the
system actually
but
worked pretty well
so-
because the people who sat on it
gets really
weren't
intense.
ideologically addled, and the public wasn't using it in a weaponized manner. But
Adult?
that's changed
Theo
completely. And
doesn't
now
know these words.
every professional in Canada, and I believe that to be true essentially without exception, unless they're on the far left, are completely unwilling to ever utter any opinion about anything in the political or their professional realm, especially in relationship to medicine and psychology. So I appealed this ruling. So the ruling essentially is that I have to take social media retraining with a social media expert. And I'd like to make it very clear, there is no such thing as, there's no profession.
Just like the Wizard of Oz, like who is
Yeah.
it going to be? Do you know the expert?
No, I don't.
That's crazy.
No,
Who
I've got
is
a
it?
couple of names, but I don't even know what defines you as a social media expert, and neither does the college, and they don't care. You know,
Same
if
thing
someone
that
presents
defines you as
themselves as a
psychologist.
social media expert, that's good enough. My sense is that if you're
You
a social
come up with
media
some
expert,
criteria, and that's
you
it.
have a podcast with millions of followers, and
Yeah.
you're doing just fine on your own, and you actually don't need to work for an idiot bureaucracy. But, that's just me.
Right.
So now, not only do I have to be re-educated by this social media expert, but I have to do it at my own expense, which, is neither here nor there in some sense, but for an indefinite period of time.
Wow.
Until
He just compared having a podcast, having a radio show, basically having a show with being a licensed psychiatrist who's like supposedly legally supposed to be able to provide therapy to people. It's like, you're doing fine in your pod. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I don't think you understand. I mean, he describes, it seems he understands what a professional body or
Yeah.
organization is in the beginning. By the end, it seems like he doesn't understand it at all. Okay.
No, he's pretty smart because I mean,
Firstly,
his style works
if he-
very well on people like Theo and others.
Oh yeah, perfect. Joe Rogan, yeah, idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but if you think it's an idiot bureaucracy, quit. It's not that difficult. Give up your license. They suspended you. This love and hate relation. No.
Well, then
I
he'll
need
say I
to be
won't be
part of
able
the-
to be. I guess then he will say I won't be able to practice it professionally, right?
Well, first of all, you don't. For many years, you haven't. That's one thing. First of all. Secondly, you disagree with them. What you like? I'm sorry, but again, like I mean, I don't understand. Like the professional board should license you even if they disagree with you. I don't.
Well, he'll be
understand.
like, yeah. Well,
It's
he'll
the
be
most-
like, well, then let me practice, but you won't. You'll come and arrest me. But yeah.
Well,
I mean, just
okay, then.
I mean, just the way he talks about the punishment that he's receiving is you honestly think they're gonna at least cut off his arm to start with.
Oh, it
and
gets
then
even worse. It gets even.
it's just the starting point.
I've learned whatever the hell
he's-
lesson
yeah.
I'm supposed to learn, and I don't exactly know what lesson that is, by their judgment, right? And so
So it's
that's
all up to them. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
this
completely up
vague
to
thing
them.
that they've put you into, and they challenged you because they were upset at things you had said on Twitter.
Mostly on Twitter.
online?
No, well,
Okay.
they also, and maybe maybe this can happen today. Somebody submitted the entire transcript of my last conversation with Joe Rogan as a complaint, partly because of what I said about
Name drop or
climate
pick this
change.
example.
Now, I'm not a fan of climate change models, which I think are, to call them flawed is to barely scrape the surface.
So do you feel like, but they're challenging your things you've said on social
Yeah,
media,
well,
right?
yeah, well-
So do you think it's a challenge of your free speech? Is that what you feel like?
Oh, the court that
That's
ruled
what he
against my
feels
He's like, listen,
for
so how
sure.
does this whole thing connect to freedom of speech again? I'm confused. Can you just get to that point?
Listen, we are doing. So, how do you feel about it? I know it's legally and logically and rationally all good, but feeling-wise, how does it? It feels like freedom of speech violation. It feels like that.
That's my gut feeling.
appeal essentially said that it was a free speech issue.
Okay.
And they said in their opening argument that according to the Canadian Charter of Rights, which was, by the way, instantiated by Justin Trudeau's father, Pierre Trudeau, and Justin's regime is in the process of absolutely gutting it. Anyways, I have a right to free speech according to that charter, but, and that's the next sentence, this very low-level bureaucratic institution has the right to abridge that essentially as they see fit, which means, as far as I can tell, that I don't have the right to free speech at all. And I should make very clear, those colleges should be intervening when a client or a patient, right, or a customer, depending on the regulated profession, has been mistreated in some manner by the person they're dealing with. Okay, the people that levied complaints against me, first of all, most of them don't live in Canada. Second of all, none of them were clients of mine. Third, none of them knew anyone who was a client of mine. They claimed harm, that I had done harm, on behalf of other people who they also didn't know. They also, a number of them also claimed to be clients of mine in writing in the complaint
But they're
forms. No, they're not clients of mine. And clients of mine.
Oh my God. Who cares about, the people put the complaints? Yeah. But oh my God. Yeah. The way he was describing this institution. Very unique. The only one out there. So it's like, so there's decision makers, they took the decision. Wow.
Ma'am, this is like so funny. This is reminds me of my grandpa. Before he passes away, he used to have like he used to have the driving license that allows you to drive trucks. So he was very proud of his driving and stuff. But then, like he was really old. He lost pretty much his hearing fully. And, like, yeah, just because I can't hear, I can't see, they take my license away. This is ridiculous. I can barely move a finger. I cannot, walk 2 steps anymore. But they need to give me back my license. Like, I mean, they have a criteria. I don't get it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but
they can suspend your citizenship. You know that, right?
I had heard that. I didn't think it was the case, but yeah, I mean, they did it over, ISIS people and all this. Done. Yeah,
exactly. They did. Citizenship, motherfucker. They can certainly suspend your license.
Yeah. Did you drop your microphone?
Again, I don't. Yes. Where? Jesus. God damn it, man. Why?
But yeah, I mean, no, definitely. And again, then you say whether that is right or wrong. That's a different question. Sure, it shouldn't happen to you, not. But the way he's describing this, and now it's okay. Wow. It's kind of like people who talk about their government and as if only in their country the government is corrupt. Nowhere else is that the case. Only there's particularly
no, man. This is corrupt. Worse. This is genuinely like saying that can you believe an organization have certain guidelines? Like this is that level. Because again, I can disagree with guidelines of a organization.
Yeah.
But I believe they have them. Yeah. Like it's not like it's not.
That's the thing. That's what I was saying.
It's like saying, like French clubs because you have to wear fancy shoes to get in. It's a George Orwell 1984. You have to wear. Oh my God! Oh,
yeah.
Chill the fuck out. Like I don't know. It's worse.
Yeah, and I mean, this can be a more serious problem, of course, what he's describing. But yeah, again, I mean, I'm sure he's good at that. Just how dramatic he made it. Honestly, like. If you're out of the story, you wouldn't quite understand. You would think, think they're gonna. He's getting, getting killed.
This is somebody. He got sympathy out of Xanax addiction. Like how I'm sorry, but like seriously, like I kept
his comeback.
Like last time we talked about this, I pulled back. Like this is the biggest bullshit addiction out there. Like I got addicted. Oh, it was so difficult coming back from Xanax. Go fuck yourself. Like he's just the most dramatic person in the world, man. He's the most,
that's
like he's like getting addicted to
he's the most dramatic person in the world, but then he complains about people being dramatic. Like I mean, his whole shtick is
against that's people. His whole shtick. Yeah, using the most dramatic language and demeanor to complain about other people making a fuss.
Exactly.
So weird. So
True, right?
weird,
That's
man.
exactly what he's doing here too. He's saying those people are
The forces of order will respond to this dramatic use of censorship. Like, is it as dramatic as your performance right now?
Well, depends how you define performance. Oh my god, never mind.
Let me just kill myself. Sorry.
What'd you call that? Well,
yeah.
never mind. Even that won't work.
Are these one of the archetypes? No, just leave me alone. Goddamn Carl Jung, man. I knew Jung is a piece of shit. Sorry.
Alrighty, Sam, let's keep the show moving, and yeah, let's go and check out. You're still following the whole Spanish thing, huh?
Well, today there was they apparently fired the coach. I thought maybe you can update us a bit on that. You should, but they apparently, or I don't know, they should have fired him on very nice terms. Though.
Yeah,
they were like,
no.
You're fired, but we love you.
Okay, so actually, I didn't even know about that, so I've just kind of found out. However, I'm not surprised because I told you the team were, like 13 players had complained about the coaching staff. Sorry, 15. And they had said if you don't change the coaching staff, we will not go to the World Cup. But then 13 of them ended up going, 2 didn't, and they kept the coaching staff. So therefore, the coach and stuff were probably really liked by the federation. So I'm not surprised that, so that
Jesus,
they ended on amicable ways.
Though? That's the thing. I was just gonna. Do you know like the rumors? What is going on in this like? What the fuck? Like, were they harassing them? Like all this stuff?
I don't know, but you know what's actually interesting? But have you? I have something more interesting on this story that I've come across. I mean, it has nothing really to do with this guy getting fired, but it's more here.
Well, I mean.
Shit,
it's a very odd story. By the way, I don't know what happened to the mother of the bald guy who's, I don't know if she's still on a hunger strike or not.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
I hope that is still continuing. Is she? I've never seen a picture of her.
I don't have it. So pretty much, then there are videos and all this kind of showing how they acted. Like after when it had just happened, like they were just fine and they were like making fun of it.
Oh, put after kiss, I guess. Oh, is that the one near the? Oh, I've seen that. The videos that they're on the bus next to the bus.
Yeah.
And they're hugging and having fun and all that.
And singing and I guess celebrating and all that.
Yeah, no, man. They're like, come on, they're like brothers and sisters. They're constantly hugging and all that. I told you, man, this is how Spanish people greet each other. This is part of their culture.
No, they're more like girls on a football team, though, most of them. But
no, but the bald guy isn't.
I don't think he was there. I mean, I don't know where I had seen it.
No, the video I'm talking about is this bald guy in next to a bus, talking with a player and then hugging her and kissing her on the cheeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, I don't know. At this point, I don't know what the hell is going on in Spain, but I like to go there if possible, and I would like to join in the football celebrations.
Whatever it is, I swear it's not this.
In a very consensual way. I like, by the way, just to clarify.
Oh, did I not send it to you? Hold on.
Oh, maybe you send it on Instagram. I haven't checked Instagram for a while.
No.
Usual.
No. All right. Unfortunate.
But anyway, so besides this, there were other I know this was the biggest geopolitical news out there. by far. But there was also I thought maybe you want to comment on the French, what's it called? The French sort of banning of abaya.
Are they ever gonna wrap this conversation up? I mean, I didn't know it was happening with them. Like, okay, at one point someone reached some kind of decision here, and let's put it behind us. They've been having this exact title and discussion now for like 10 years straight. So yeah.
What do you think? But what do you think on the abayas? I'm sorry, man, but I think if your face is covered, that's too much. I think that's.
I don't know if, yeah, I mean, anything can be too much, but yeah, if I'm in general against
No.
a rule of
for
banning the
identifications,
coverage
you
of
need-
face in streets, like,
I mean, yeah, as far as I know, if you're like motorcycle rider, you need to take off your hat in a petrol station, right?
oh, I
Because of
don't know,
this
it's a good
scam.
one.
I think it's legally. I think you are. I don't know, but this is. I
Get
don't
fresh air,
think.
it's
Yeah,
a safety measure for your own good.
so it's oxygen levels to increase. Have you seen Joe Rogan episode 236? There is a guy that talks about this. No, but so I'm just saying, the covering of face, I feel like, I mean, come on. I know the French are using shitty excuses like secularism, we are laïc, we separate church and state forever. No, they never touch. It's bullshit. I agree. It's nonsense. But you can't cover your face, God damn it. It's a society. We live in a society, people. No, am I wrong, Camille?
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I don't mind. Like, I don't think. Yeah, I don't. I think if
But
you just let
like
it be, not
Zorro.
many
What the
people
fuck?
would do it. It's an inconvenience.
But in France, there seems to be like I imagine in certain areas you would have a large, or do you think it's complete bullshit? It's like 1 in a million.
Oh, but that's because
Like-
they're religious. But I'm just saying, like, that's not how it would go about by dealing with people being religious.
You wouldn't ban the facial. I don't know.
Not
well,
for
how else
religious
would you
reasons.
deal? Oh, what? Sorry, no. What do you mean not for religious reasons?
I mean, I wouldn't go ban it because of religious reasons, which is why they want to do it in France, or like anti-religious
It's not
reasons.
because. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's anti-religious reasons. All right.
I liked
okay,
your
I get
more
it.
secular approach more, which is like we need to see
Yes.
everyone's face
Yeah,
regardless.
yeah, exactly, for ID. For ID sake.
Not the digital
honest,
ones. You're happy with the paper ones, right? You're like no biometrics, just
No, I know. Sorry,
old school
biometric,
passport
no.
photo. Oh, okay, fine. Now you lost
No,
another
no,
half of
biometric.
people. You gotta pick your battles, okay? Now you lost all
sorry,
the
but
RFK Jr.
I'm-
libertarians.
I know, right? No, fuck off. You have to go to the post office and have an old bureaucrat who doesn't know
post
what he's doing
office.
take your pictures
Ah,
in a
you
post
said
office,
post
in a
office.
government-funded.
That gained you 10 leftists. But then you said what? You said something else after that. You lost 5 right after.
I said they need
Damn, a
to
bureaucrat? Oh, you lost 5.
They need to,
Okay.
yeah, I lost 5. No, I said they need to take, then archive your biometric information.
Yeah, minus
so I
2
think then I
votes now.
lost minus 300.
You gained
like.
3 neoliberals, however. 3
Hillary
power.
Clinton clicked like. Joe Biden is interested.
Joe Rogan undecided.
Joe Rogan? Wow, I don't know, man. Wow, I don't know. That's his response. Oh yeah, I mean the French bullshit excuse is so funny though. That no, we need to separate church and state, and if it was a Jewish person, we would do the same thing. We would
like, what do I do?
We would reattach. We would shut
Quiet,
up.
I'm not
We
really
need to
talking about you.
We need to reattach the fat to the penis. Come here. We are doing reverse circumcision right now. We are doing it. when you are swimming, you are showcasing your religious beliefs. You're reattaching the foreskin. You're reattaching it. Come on.
But yeah.
But by the way, like,
is this even new?
didn't
This
know. I
video,
thought,
yeah, from
yeah, it
20
was
hours
new.
ago.
Come
You
on,
got
man.
it from the archive?
Yeah,
This chef just ran
I
last year,
didn't.
so no one would know.
Yeah, just every time they mention the date, it's just dubbed 25th of February 2023. Just, every time it's dubbed. Every time they talk about Sarkozy, it's dubbed Macron. But I was surprised by this. When they were speaking, a couple of times they said like. I thought like is like a Persian term, or is it French? What is it like?
No, laïc is the French word, no?
But what does it mean in French?
Laïc like
Secular?
this.
How do you write it? Yeah.
A lay person.
A layman. That's okay. I thought it means secular.
Secular,
no?
yeah. But laïc
Is
is French.
Secular. Okay. Like, I thought it's like Persian or Turkish, man. Jesus. Didn't sound too French to me.
No, yeah, it's a very, I mean, isn't it that their whole slogan?
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, I thought it's like the Persian translation of their slogan. But
Yeah,
you're
so
right.
they went and got Tell me. Yeah, the constitution. Yeah, copied the There, I know it's not the constitution, but they were too.
No, my Iranian constitution is.
So you're team Iran full out, huh? Yeah, ride
fully
or
team
die.
Iran. Iran and sometimes Britain, sometimes Great Britain, depending on who's the prime minister.
No, your Britain one has retaken it back, but I feel like Britain, if you like remove the politics, then you like like them a lot less.
British.
It goes down at least like 50%. I feel, yeah, or no.
No, but up like if you take away the British, no man, the British sense of humor is just
okay, never mind. I regret it already.
Yeah. No, British.
Put that back where it belongs.
Look, aesthetically, I am British, but plot-wise, I am with Iran.
No,
does that make any sense to you?
No.
But okay, yeah. So.
What else do we got?
So, but
here?
you're not. What's your situation in Iran? You're not do or die. You're much more like.
No, I only
whatever.
like compared to all other countries. The only thing I like more particularly is the football team.
God damn! Not even the food.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, but I mean I don't eat it as much, so I don't even think about it.
Yeah. I mean, you're vegetarian, vegan, so it's weird.
So we got a few more videos here as we wrap it up.
Yes, so not videos so much. So Biden and
yeah.
I don't know if Biden and both Republican and Democratic Party are being hampered down by gods, basically. One of the gods decided to burn down Hawaii. That was nice. And now another god has decided to, apparently it's Poseidon, has decided to flood Florida. So that's, it seems that basically.
Oh yeah, it's September, right? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
if
September
there was one place that got, I mean, every single year, that's good. At least you have to leave during that month.
Or just maybe not live there. That's an option.
But it's funny how consistent hurricanes are in some areas. Like, we'll be back next year, same time. Promise you.
Same place. I'll see you. Bye-bye. That's
it's not like snow and other stuff. Okay, one year I'll snow a lot. Next year I might snow one day. No, hurricanes like, listen, I'm coming back for 2 days next week. Let's party.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is exactly the point I was trying to make. That there are certain places we need to have a discussion with. LA, Florida, Japan. Nature is telling you to fuck off. Please fuck off. Like, I don't know what, like how many earthquakes and tsunamis and I don't know, goddamn nuclear just drops. How many of these things need to happen to Japan and it's LA and Florida for people to say this is not like habitable place for humans? Like, I don't get, like, go live in, like, there is a lot of place in Africa, in Sahara. It's much better. Seriously. It's just dry. You know, you don't have goddamn hurricanes. So I feel like at this point, it's like they're your own fault if you live.
Yeah.
So move. That's my advice to people. Have you ever been in a hurricane?
Have I ever been in a hurricane? No, thankfully. No, I've never lived somewhere where they have hurricanes.
Earthquake?
Once in Tehran, a very small one. No, yeah. How about you?
See? Learn from Camille. Just live in a safe place. No, just earthquake in Tehran, a small one.
Maybe the same one. We probably shared the same earthquake before
Yeah,
we knew
probably.
each other.
Yeah, probably.
The one I'm talking about, I was like 11, 12.
Same age, so probably. I mean, I'm a year older than like 13. But I remember there was one
7
in UK,
months,
but
8 months, yeah.
But it was like a gas earthquake. It was bullshit.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
I think so. I remember thinking I was in earthquake in the UK, so maybe no. But anyway, there was also another coup. I think we discussed that. There was another coup in Africa, Gabon went. But yeah, today the French finally left Niger, which was really funny because I think, was it Niger or Gabon that the French were like, the ambassador was expelled, but the French were like, no, the ambassador is staying. And then you had the ambassador on TV going, I'm staying? You sure? Like, is there any way? You sure I can't come home? Like, anyway, this flight, I can't get in there. You sure there is not one seat I can? Which is like really weird. But I think finally the French pulled out their ambassador and stuff. You know, so but you in Geneva has the public responded to the colonial rise or?
Probably,
The
but
rebellion?
you
don't know.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen any. You know what? Now I think about it, yeah, no, yeah. Now I think about it, you rarely see. You rarely see African communities protesting here, like as much as you see, like like certain like Indian or Pakistani or Sri Lankan. They protest much more, and especially on Kashmir. And there's some of these kind of things where there's like a set group of people you see all the time.
Oh, I love it whenever don't you love it when you like walk into a protest or something that you completely forgot was still like Bangladesh independence. It's like, oh really? You guys are still out there. Well done, good for you. Tamil. Oh wow, okay, is that still a thing? Good for you. Yeah, that's great. No, okay, all right. No. I thought maybe a bit because Geneva is French speaking, maybe newspapers or the people.
I mean, that's the big news, so I guess I don't think anything more than that.
Oh, and man, they were showing all these like the African dictators. They all had villas in France and Switzerland and Italy, mostly in France and Switzerland, to be honest.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Good, very good locations, I gotta say. I don't know if any of them are on the market. Grab them quickly before anybody.
On the cheap, that's a good idea.
Yeah, Bongo name is dirty. You can buy the land cheap. So, yeah, that was that. But then, what else did we have? Yeah, there was this. This was all over the news. I don't know if you saw this, but yeah, Kim Jong-un may soon meet with Putin. This was genuinely, this was for 2 days. This was like headline May with the May in the headline. I'm sorry, but if there is a May in the headline, there is enough definite things happening for you not to include Mays in the news segments. But yeah, that was like Kim Jong-un is going to meet with Putin and probably give him a couple of weapons because as we know, Putin, like he just needs a couple of missiles from North Korea. And then he's gonna destroy it. Like right now, he's lacking just a couple of missiles from North Korea, and then he's set. So very worrying.
Too funny.
So that was that.
And what happened?
but
Oh,
the
this
best-
is old news, huh? Oh no, I swear I
No,
saw
this
this.
is new. No, Japan may seek to dissolve Moonies Church in wake of Shinzo Abe's killing. So, man, again, people say organize protest. All the people who tell you that violence is the answer are lying to you. No, it's about silent protest and giving flowers to the soldiers. Yeah, go do that. While this one guy in Japan, one guy took down the ex-prime minister, and now they might even ban the church from, I guess, activities in Japan. The Unification Church, the Moonies Church.
But why would they do that in response?
Because apparently the Liberal Party has been doing really bad in the polls. People are, because of the corruption and because Liberal Party, man, this is like, it's kind of the Reza Khan problem in Iran, if I'll explain now. So you have this nationalistic party that everything it stands for is Japan nationalism. And it turns out it has itself a huge scandal that reveals connections with the deep states of America or Britain in case of Reza Khan. So, you know, they can, it's not something, you know, the fans they have, the fans of a nationalistic party are not the same as the fans of liberal parties or the leftist parties. They are not like, oh, you had connections with Americans. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. No, they fucking kill you or you worse. I mean, in this case, it didn't have to do with nationalism, but the fans that now know about this, you know, the general public, they're not going to let it go. So I think,
and that
that's
Unification Church is like, what percentage of the population are that? Like, is it extremely small minority or is it something huge?
No, I think it's I think it's less than 5%.
But the former prime minister was associated with it.
Yeah, no, exactly, associated, man. In Japan, nobody, like, you can't be in major politics without being Shinto. This is not, like, Japan is extremely traditionalist country. Think of it more like Iran or Saudi Arabia with a lot of money, with, like, good welfare. Not even Saudi Arabia has a lot of money, but with good welfare. So the extremely traditionalist. You can't be a Christian and, like, you know, raised in like, you know what I mean? This is just nonsense. So yeah, exactly. Now that it's become public, this whole connection with the Unification Church, which is a church, you know, founded and based in Korea with connections to American deep state, Korea parts especially being the key, Japan and, you know, Korea, you know, yeah, fuck that. So yeah, but remember, guys, yeah, violence is not the answer. The answer is to do a peaceful protest in front of World Bank and Parliament and throw colors, throw soup at paint works of art. That's another good, really, do YouTube videos. That's amazing way to just spread
Listen,
the
until
knowledge
there isn't rank voting, I can't do anything.
Yeah, oh yes, that's
what is
another
it, rank
one.
voting or ranking?
Choice ranked,
Yeah.
rank choice voting,
I'm not doing anything until that happens.
And until that
Let me know
happens,
when.
until that happens, the best way is to make YouTube videos or pray. Pray to a god is also
or drive from somewhere to somewhere. Where?
Yes, while giving commentary about issues. That's, again, unless they give ranked choice voting, you're not going to participate.
No.
Definitely violence is not the answer. It's peaceful. Anyways, but yeah, I
Alrighty.
love that, man. I love that Japanese story. But that was it. Yeah. There was
Yeah.
oh, by the way, there was some leaks about Iran as well. I don't know if you heard or not, but there might be a deal between Iran and US coming soon.
Looking forward. That's why we originally started this channel, and won't stop until cover that.
You have to make a deal, okay? You have to make a deal, and they have to make up and kiss. Otherwise,
We've
otherwise
lowered
we
our
continue this
expectations,
channel.
huh? So now it no longer needs to be a
Yeah,
big
yeah.
need. Some deal. This email exchange, we'll take it.
Email.
Twitter
Look,
files.
we accept a date in Turkey. You go to Ankara. Both of you go to Ankara. You have dinner together. Like, that's a common thing in Iran with the wedding for that.
But hey, instead something actually much bigger and unpredictable happened, I would say, perhaps to an extent, which is the Iran-Saudi thing. The detente between Iran and Saudi.
Oh, that couple of months. Oh, sorry. I thought something
We're at the
new.
forefront
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that
was.
story, covering it
I
here.
feel like, yeah, I don't know.
You remember that was the day when
I
I
feel-
broke down the news for you. Sorry.
You broke down what?
I analyzed for you the whole situation.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said broke down crying because
No.
of the rapprochement. It was a
Sam,
sweet
détente.
moment.
It's a détente for now.
Oh, détente? Is it
Yeah.
détente? I feel like it's a rapprochement. We
No,
can be
save
even more
that for after.
positive.
No, save it. And then you run out of words.
Oh,
After that, there's
you're right.
nothing
You're right.
else.
Détente. How many more French words do we
No,
have? How many
that's
more
it.
French?
Goes from détente to rapprochement, and then that's it. And then
But are there any-
relations, and then partners.
Latin-
It just gets
Oh,
worse and worse.
Pax Iranica. Pax Iranica.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
See,
It's taken
working
though.
towards
A few
No,
other
Pax
places.
No.
Yeah, true. You can
No,
say it
it's
with anywhere.
Pax you can add. Yeah, it's like Pax Britannia, Pax America, Pax Irania. No, okay. But no, the taunt. I gotta say, I like to think I saw that come. I'm not that I saw that coming, but I like to think I was one of those people who kept saying Mohammed bin Salman needs to do this. Like there is no way. Either Saudi needs to become a serious country, or like anyway, hitting a lot on this man.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, there were also the kind of preliminary steps, meetings in Iraq and all that. But
this you might want to Google this just to end on this. I think is perfect. You know what did Iran do? Just immediately, just as a way to cash in on this whole détente, as we call it. Just Google Iran carpet exhibition MBS.
Where MBS?
MBS, Iran carpet exhibition MBS. Go to images. Yeah, go to images. It's there. See, this is immediately this year, man. Carpet exhibition in Tehran. Half of it was Arab leaders of Emirates and Saudi. Like this type of thing, because man, god damn it, though, Arabs, they have so much money, they come and they buy, man, they buy. So there was a lot of this, and this like last year, like if you put something like that, they would burn down your shop. Like really, like last year, if you had something like this. Not last year, 2 years ago, I don't know, before the
that's terrific.
Yeah, man, I'm glad the carpet industry is cashing in as always. Next week we are coming out with MBS pistachio.
Okay.
The Iranian free market is ready to provide.
Okay, all right. Great stuff. Let's wrap this up. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.